There is a big problem in the world today, and that problem is air pollution. Air pollution is a major problem as it can lead to cardiovascular and respiratory illness. Long-term exposure to this pollution can lead to accelerated aging of lungs, the development of diseases such as asthma, bronchitis, lung cancer, and even premature death. Lead in the air, which comes from vehicle emissions and factories, can cause neurological effects in children, such as behavioral problems, learning deficits, and lowered IQ. According to the World Health Organization, 9 out of 10 people breathe polluted air, which has led to the deaths of 7 million people. One example of the effects is Beijing, the capital of China. The annual exposure to air pollution is 7.3 times the normal safe level. Almost 2 million people die every year in Beijing, and the smog is clearly visible. Here is a picture of Beijing on a clear day. It looks pretty nice, right? Well, here's a picture with a thick smog covering the beautiful city. You can't even see the skyline. So what are the causes? Well, vehicle emissions or everyday cars blow tons and tons of carbon dioxide from their exhaust pipes. Carbon dioxide is a major cause of global warming due to the greenhouse effect, where carbon dioxide traps heat in our planet. Carbon dioxide also comes from the burning of fossil fuels. Another cause of air pollution is cutting down trees. Deforestation is pretty bad for air, since trees absorb carbon dioxide from the air and release oxygen for us to breathe. You are probably thinking at this point, we're doomed. Well, if I got the perfect solution for you. Fans. Giant fans. You heard me right. We would get blimps that use clean energy and attach giant fans to them. Then we would just create millions of these to just blow the bad air out. Out where, you might wonder? To the oceans. Fish live in the water, so they won't be affected by this.
Giant fans would help to solve the problem of air pollution, but that would, of course, not be enough. More would have to be done to protect ourselves from polluted air. I believe that an even better, foolproof method of protection would be the construction of massive domes over thousands of cities around the world. These domes would be airtight and would keep all polluted air out of the cities. There would be glass panels in the domes to let in sunlight, and trees would be grown inside of the domes to provide fresh air. No cars or any other forms of motorized transportation would be allowed inside of the domes. Any air pollution created inside of these cities, whether at factories or in homes, would be piped out and blown into the air outside of the domes. This will eventually destroy the environment outside the domes, but that won't matter because at that point everyone will be living inside of these dome cities. If people don't want to construct domes over cities, then we would have to find other, less effective ways of dealing with air pollution. We would have to settle for simply trying to minimize it. This would be best done by reducing our use of fossil fuels. Gasoline consumption could be reduced by using our cars less. We could use public transportation or carpool. We could walk or bike. We could also use less coal-based electricity and instead rely more on solar energy. However, who really wants to do all of that? We would be inconvenienced and we would have to cut back on all of the electrical items that we love using. If we build dome cities, we could use all of the electricity and fossil fuels that we want, and the resulting pollution would just be blown outside. Dome cities would allow us to keep living the way we do without having to worry about what effect we have on the outside world. While I advocate for the construction of these domes, I do regret that I will not be able to fully appreciate them. By the time they are finished being built, I will be far too old to appreciate the clean air that future generations will enjoy inside of them, and I will be dead long before the environment outside of them is completely destroyed.